So I didn't get a chance to record this prior to my retreat, but let me give you a rundown of what you're going to see in this video. First, I'm going to take all my 64 blocks that I ended up with and sort them into 2 piles. So then there's one of each print in each pile, and then my individual ones, I'm going to split them up between the 2 piles. So then I'll have 32, so then I'll have 32 and 32 to cut through at once to make my stack a little bit easier. And then we're gonna start stacking and whacking. So I'm gonna just put my ruler on there, do my first cut, take that first piece, move it to the back, sew them together, iron it. And then I do my cut on the opposite side at just a random angle, and then take that piece, flip it to the back, and then iron it. So now each piece has 3 different prints in it. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna take it, and then those 2 lines that are running in the same direction up and down, we're gonna turn them sideways. So then now we're gonna do another cut straight down, well not straight down, but top to bottom at a whatever angle, and then take the first 3 and move those to the bottom. So then the prints are now 6 different prints. And then once I sew those all together and press them, I'm gonna flip it over, do the other side, cut it, flip the top 3 to the bottom, sew those together, and then we'll have our block. And then what I'll have to do is figure out what size these are all gonna end up, and then square them all up so they're the same size in the end, and then we'll have our quilt top. So let's see how this is all gonna come together with 64 blocks that are starting at 8.5 inches versus less blocks at a bigger size. So wish me luck, let's get to it. So here I've got all my 64 blocks all sewn up and trimmed up, and boy was it an adventure. As you remember, my main piece, my 1 square, started off at 8.5. These little babies had to get trimmed down to 6.5. So we're probably looking at a 48-inch square in the end, but I'm going to figure out how I want to sort these out. Maybe it's by the middle block color, and then I'm going to see if there's a design wall I can commandeer and finish this up. So I'll see you if I find a design wall at some point today. So now that we are at the end of this video, our quilt top is complete, and we definitely had some trials throughout the way, but here it is all folded up in its final form, and it turned out so fantastic. I still have to measure it to see what my final size is, but we ended up with those 6.5-inch blocks square, which means they sewed down to 6, so I'm guessing it's about 48 inches square. I thought about putting a border on it to make it a little bit bigger, but I think it is fabulous and scrappy as it is right now. So, things I learned. If this is going to be your first time doing this kind of thing, definitely start with a bigger block and smaller stacks. I probably should have started with 16 in each pile versus 32 in each pile, because if you saw, it was getting a little rough to cut through those things. And then at one point I had to resort to scissors because there was no way my rotary blade was getting through everything. Absolutely on those cuts 3 and 4. Oof, those were rough, but we made it, we did it, and that's probably why I ended up having to trim things down from 8.5 to now 6.5, but they're a cute little size, and once I put them all together, there may be a couple blocks that have the same print touching each other, but at this point I was ready to go. This was pretty much all day Saturday, that day 2 of my retreat, so I'm so excited. I love it so much. It's really cute. It's really fun. I love the scrappiness. It's kind of got a mod feel to it. So let me show you the up close details so you can see this quilt as a whole and some of the little sections of it. And then I've got to figure out how to quilt it. I'm going to see if some of my pieces are big enough to scrappy them together. But I do have, in worst case scenario, I do have some yardage that I can use. So we'll be back real soon to quilt this, bind this, reveal it, and then spin the wheel again. I feel like this month just flew on by, but we're feeling blue. What are you gonna do? We'll see you again soon.